Buffalo Bills are definitely looking at wide receiver at this year's Senior Bowl, NFL Draft, and Combine. We have a player on this team, Justin Shorter, at 6'4", 230 pounds, a tall, fast, physical type wide receiver that can clearly come in here and surprise Bills Mafia. Before we read this article, we have to keep in mind Terrell Bernard, sleeper on this team, didn't contribute and blew up as a defensive starter middle linebacker. Another player that blew up was Khalil Shakir, hardly getting any snaps his rookie year, and last year in 2023 he balled out of control. And that's another player that we have to keep our eye on. Is Khalil Shakir going to play in the slot? Will we consider putting him on the outside and then maybe drafting a slot wide receiver? But Justin Shorter at 6'4", 230 pounds definitely fits the bill to be a perimeter threat to Stefon Diggs. And after being here, although he was hurt, working alongside Joe Brady in this offense, seeing Stefon Diggs and Gabe Davis, and knowing this scheme, he's definitely going to have a leg up entering the 2024 season. This article states that Justin Shorter is still waiting for his NFL debut. His 2023 season, his rookie year last year, was wiped out because of a hamstring injury which placed him on injured reserve. And going along with what I was saying, Justin Shorter says, word for word, I would definitely say just learning to be patient and slow down. Shorter said the day after the Bills were eliminated by the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round. Just really being able to break down this offense, which is the biggest thing for me. Being able to watch guys like Stefon Diggs and guys like Gabe Davis go out there every single day and be consistent as they are on the field. They just give me a great example for next year. I know how to come back and get the job done. Shorter, extremely raw talent coming out in the 2023 NFL Draft, and the Buffalo Bills selected him. He's still only 23 years old, again 6'4", listed at 230 pounds. The Bills drafted him in the 5th round, right around the same round as Khalil Shakir, so the talent is definitely there, and the Buffalo Bills literally need depth at the wide receiver position. We heard Stefon Diggs even talk about it at the Pro Bowl, stating like he should have caught that ball with Josh Allen. Stefon Diggs isn't the tallest. He's not the most physical. He's a dynamic route runner. He's shifty. He's agile. He's quick. He could stop on a dime, but he's not a 6'4", 230 pound wide receiver that can win those 50-50 jump balls, that could fly down the field and out-muscle body guys out. Shorter was even hurt in the preseason, so we still have yet to see what Justin Shorter is all about. He went on to say that he can't wait for this opportunity. I feel like that's the mindset of just having faith and being resilient. The eagerness to get back on the field is definitely present. That's the biggest thing in life. A lot of things aren't going to go the way that you plan it, but God always has a plan, and it's trusting that. I try to just stay patient and keep on praying, trusting in God, knowing that in the future it's all going to work out for me if I keep working hard. And for a 23-year-old to say something like this is definitely a great sign to see. He's grinding in the background. He's working extremely hard. That is what you need to be a surprise type player for the Buffalo Bills in 2024. The Bills did happen to get a look at Shorter in practice for 3 weeks late in the season after we activated his 20-day practice window, but at that time we were healthy at wide receiver. Davis did go down against Miami and miss both playoff games, but by that point the Bills had committed to shutting down Shorter for the season. Sean McDermott's comments on Justin Shorter says just sometimes it's a numbers deal, right? I mean, he hasn't really played most of the year. Sean McDermott said he really felt as though it'd be tough for Shorter to come in and do that late in the year. They did discuss it, and I thought he did a good job in terms of getting himself ready, getting some work and putting the work in there and showcasing his skills. But sometimes it comes down to the numbers and then just making sure that he's totally ready to go. And it's kind of a combination of both. They didn't want to risk him potentially hurting himself again and also not really ever seeing the field before. The good news is that Justin Shorter is 100% healthy. He's cleared to play football and play football-related activities. He is training at Georgia this offseason before the Bills report for spring practices in April. Even if the Bills do add to the position this offseason, as expected, Justin Shorter has a 1-year head start in the system that should definitely be beneficial. Again, Shorter saying that he's super thankful for this opportunity, and he can't wait to come back next year and grind. Just being in the building, watching everyone around me, I feel like that's been a critical part in my development. I've seen everything. Now it's time to just put the pedal to the metal and just get it in. I can't wait, man. I've been training this whole time just to show people all the work that I've put in. Justin Shorter is clearly a sleeper on this team, but the Buffalo Bills insiders and coaches know what Justin Shorter is fully capable of. As fans, we have yet to really see him, but this could very well eliminate a need for 2 wide receivers in this year's NFL draft. Maybe the Buffalo Bills are comfortable only selecting 1 wide receiver, and that opens the door to have another draft selection for a different position. And yes, defense is definitely another concern with safety, defensive tackle, defensive end, maybe another depth piece, linebacker. The Buffalo Bills definitely have more holes on the defensive side versus offensive side of the football. Now, Justin Shorter, again, at 6'4", 230 pounds, the sky is the limit for Justin Shorter. Unbelievable size and strength, God-given size, strength, and also speed. Justin Shorter definitely fits the bill to be a perimeter wide receiver alongside Stefon Diggs. And we really don't know. Maybe Khalil Shakir will be competing on the outside for that perimeter role, but he did ball out in the slot position. So maybe we keep Khalil Shakir at the slot, draft another perimeter type wide receiver, maybe trade up in this year's NFL draft. And I've been saying that if we do get an opposite threat on the perimeter to Stefon Diggs, it should lessen the amount of work for Stefon Diggs. It should actually raise his stats and really help Stefon Diggs out. And in that scenario, I believe Stefon Diggs would be willing to restructure his contract, especially seeing that we helped out him specifically bringing in another dynamic wide receiver. And interestingly enough, Stefon Diggs at the Pro Bowl openly admitted, stating that he sees the talent on this team. He's fully aware of the talent that's around this team. So guys like Stefon Diggs knows what Justin Shorter is about. He knows what Khalil Shakir is all about with Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. He knows that we have opposite weapons here, but these opposite weapons were really middle of the field type weapons. We still did not have a perimeter wide receiver to get people out of double covering Stefon Diggs. And seeing 6'4", 230 pounds, man, leaving him one-on-one and 50-50 jump balls with no safety over the top, that should definitely open some things up. And talking about explosive plays, Justin Shorter is definitely going to offer some big chunk yardage explosive plays for the Buffalo Bills. Now, I agree, we need a shiftier route runner, maybe McCaffrey's younger brother, and there's some other guys coming out in this league that are better route runners and similar style to Stefon Diggs to mix in there, to rotate. Now, Gabe Davis had his best years when he was rotating with another wide receiver like Emmanuel Sanders. So I think we could very well bring in another wide receiver here that can not only contribute on the outside, rotate in with Khalil Shakir in the slot, or maybe we miss out on a perimeter wide receiver and we just select a dynamic slot wide receiver and then bump Khalil Shakir to the outside. But I want to hear from you. Drop your comments down below. How high are you on Justin Shorter? Do you believe this former 5th-round pick is going to rise to the occasion here in 2024 and maybe contribute to be a starting perimeter wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills? But if you guys appreciate this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe. That's how you're going to show my efforts for making videos just like this. But again, you guys are all the best. Just trying to present you guys a wealth of information, give you some intriguing insight. Even if you don't agree with me, just trying to tickle your mind. But I appreciate you. Hit like, subscribe, and go Bills.